right. Hello, everyone. And welcome to Aviary Attorney. So, I actually don't know much about this game. I remember seeing it like a while back and being like, hee hee, lawbirds, bird law, other jokes. And then didn't think much of it. And then other narrative games got really popular, and so this kind of came back into view when we started doing these narrative games. So, sorry, I'm just playing with we're gonna get started here in a second. I don't hear anything actually. Is there just no music in the main menu? Because you definitely got audio now. Okay. I don't know why that changed, but okay. I guess there's just no music at the main menu. So, let's get started enough so that we have some audio in the background. January 1st, 1848. The Chateau Creniere of Baron Rorgile. There's a dead frog! Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh mon Dieu! Damn Cataline! Dame Cataline, what have you done? Act 1. A cat with claws. One day I'll master this green screen. I promise. But it is not this day. Okay, so I guess the first thing is now that we have music, don't forget to open up Twitch Picks and vote for what games you would like to see next on the channel. So I just started the new polls up. They're all fresh and blank. We need a new narrative game, a new survival game, and when we start playing the Nuzlocke Gauntlet, we also need rules for each subsequent sequel. I'm gonna have to adjust the volume a little bit, I think. Oop, I knew it.
No, hang on, quit without saving.
I knew it the moment I, exit. I exited too hard. I don't know, I saw the word desktop and still clicked. One moment, everybody.
Come on.
There we go. Okay, so we need to figure out the voices of the. I would like to start case 1 right at the beginning. Sweet, awesome. Nothing actually happened. So let's just restart. January 1st, 1848. The Chateau Creniere of Baron Rorgile. Is that Monsieur Greenway? Oh mon Dieu! Dame Cataline, what have you done? My favorite part about Act 1, a cat with claws. My favorite part about starting a new narrative game is coming up with the new voices. Sparrowson, so I'm assuming this is like our Watson type character. From what little I've seen, and oh my god, we have human hands. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Ooh, all right, I'll get used to it. It's fine. It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Well, well, well. Look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they said about the early bird, Falcon? Ah, too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably more junk, just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. All right. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing you today because my daughter, Dame Caroline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at It's gonna be a minute. She's being held at Conciergerie Prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Signor Pertois Demian of the Demian estate. I'm going to slaughter these French names. Can we go to a different country real quick? Can we go like a little more east or south? I can do either of those. Well, this is quite something. I know! Your first serious client in months! Not just that. The Demian estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Caroline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Wow! So I suppose you intend on defending Dame Caroline in court?
I'm a bird. Cats like eating birds. Should I? Oh, okay, let's not be racist.
Of course! It would be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We're going to find our kitty client at La Conciergerie. Excellent. My derriere was just getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor Demian's letter first. One moment, Falcon. Okay, so I have an evidence folder. Gotcha. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase symbol. Look at me go! I accessed. Nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again, I recall you losing it at the New Year's party. And at Christmas. Yes, all right, no need to make a list.
I picked up my wallet. I have 20 francs.
Cool. You may see how much money he is carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet symbol. Let's make a move. Welcome to the map screen. From here, you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location name or a location node. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. Okay, so I have to budget my time and how I investigate. I like that. Like in the Ace Attorney games, well, I've only ever played the first one. You can just go wherever. Okay, this is like kind of braille over here. It's weird. All right, so I have La Concierge and then my offices. It'll take me 1 day to go to La Conciergerie. For centuries, the I don't know why I can't read right now. I guess I should do practice readings before I do a narrative game, so I know what I'm doing. Anyway, for centuries, the infamous Conciergerie prison has detained the accused and condemned alike. Is this supposed to be like our New York? Chicago? So we got like a little island prison here. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the concierge prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. The conciergerie. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. Oh, duh, we're in France. Why did I think New York? With all these French names. The outer walls are impenetrable. The cells are spotless. The guards are well-mannered. What do you want? Good day, monsieur. I am here to see Dame Caroline Demian. I am due to represent her in court.
Oh, you're her lawyer, huh? Fine, follow me. Court? Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up.
I hear the Larian cork sound every time I hear that thing close. My papa has forgotten about me, has he? My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Caroline Demian, I presume. You've arrived! The fantastic lawyer Monsieur Falcon and his petite assistant Sparrowson. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. What's that supposed to mean? She's smart. Okay, anyway. My papa told me he would only hire the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such a short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. Well, AA. Oh. You see, Falcon? I told you listing under Aviary attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Dame Caroline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you want to know? So let's just start off. What happened? What exactly happened on the night of the murder? I should just give Falcon my own voice since it's the main character. It just didn't fit Falcon. Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crinière, the home of the great Baron Roguile. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Greenwee and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Gotta stretch the yawn muscles. Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So, all through dinner, they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with a what took your what? Camera! It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Shh, let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make a note of it. Camera has been added to my evidence folder. Please continue, Dame Caroline. So, after we had the photograph... Oh, I'm gonna be yawning a lot. I gotta get back into the swing of doing voices. Whew, I took so many breaks. After we had the photograph, I went to the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Greenwee. He was all ripped open. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Excuse me. I need to make a habit of not eating right before a stream. Like, I feel like I need to have the food in me, but then I get all... Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? Well, so who was all here that evening? Dame Caroline, who attended the banquet that evening? Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest maman couldn't make it. And there was Baron Roguile, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Greenwee, well, until, you know, he died. And there was Monsieur Robito de Robinho, the man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Dame Caroline, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or, a bloodied murder weapon? Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you are looking for an easy answer. You got me. I did not see anything, I'm afraid. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious, the conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait, Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I did? Dame Caroline, you said the food was delicious?
But you didn't say what food it was!
You and your damn stomach. Let me see. We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Go on. Then a marbled steak, served perfect bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant for the to the case. Write it all down, please. For me. Fine, fine. Alright. Got the red herring. Red herring. And a bloody rare steak. Sparrowson, remind me to not let you... Oh, man. Wake up. Remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery. No cutlery? Even for the steak? No. You would think that the great Baron of Chateau Grenier would have glorious silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a little bit peculiar. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? No, I think that will be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Grenier and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down this supposed photographer, Monsieur Robito de Robigno. 2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable. But we should get back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you? Dame Caroline, I believe that a fair trial can draw the truth from any situation. I believe in justice. That's good to hear. You're not wrong, Falcon, but that's not what the lady needed to hear. You might want to work on being less of a, how to put it, fils de pute. If serving justice makes me a fils de pute, then I'll wear that title proudly. I don't even know what that means. And also, I don't want to lie to the client. I'm not going to prove her innocence if it turns out she's not. Not that kind of attorney. Dame Caroline, Monsieur Greenway, Baron Roguile. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they? Not particularly. Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook so that I can keep track of who everyone is. I'll make sure to put it on my Twitter account. A Facebook? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Alright, so we got a Facebook now. Ooh, look at these faces. Meow. And we got Caroline here, and then Master Greenway. Alright. You can access a list of people you have met at any time by clicking the book symbol. Let's make a move. A new day. The game saves automatically at the start of each new day. But you can also make a quick save at any time by selecting Save and Quit from the pause menu. You can access the pause menu by clicking on the cog symbol in the upper left corner or by pressing the escape key. Okay, so I can go back to either of these 2 points without spending any extra time. That's good. I allegedly have 2 days, conveniently, for 2 locations. So let's first go to the scene of the crime. That's like the most logical, place to go. We can find the photographer later. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyards outside Chateau Grenier. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows.
Excuse-moi, monsieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change?
You have 20 francs in your wallet. What will you do? I will not give nothing. I don't understand the amount of money the currency is right now, so for now, I will give at least one. There you go. Stay safe, madame.
Many thanks to you, messieurs. Why, that was pretty generous of you, Falcon.
Times are tough. Making sure mother and child have something to eat is the least I can do. But what am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson, we've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crinier.
Wow! Whoa, look at this place. Baron Roguile must be loaded.
More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroad. I was gonna say crossroads for some reason. The Baron owns a little bit of everything. This side of the same. No, that's not how you say that. The sign? You should know how to say it.
Is he here right now?
Yes, he's the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach this man of stature with tact and finesse.
Hey, Baron! We'd like a word! How's that?
Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog.
You can thank me later. I think I got his attention.
Oh, gosh, hang on. Luckily, the bip boops of people's names change to also help me get a vibe check on who they are. Did I hear my name? Great Baron Roguile, property owner and extraordinaire at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators? Not quite. I am private attorney J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate, Sparrowson. Lawyers, eh? You know you aren't the first to have passed through here today. Oh? Yes. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious. Do you know who he was, Sparrowson?
Perhaps. I have a hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial.
A friend of yours?
Something like that.
So what may I do for you, messieurs? Sorry, I completely spaced on what that voice was supposed to be. We're doing some research on Monsieur Greenway, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Of course. Such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I don't want to puff too hard on that. He's not heavyset. I suppose you messieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourself? Actually, yes, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the... unfortunate incident.
Oh, can we see the finished photograph?
I'm afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time.
That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then.
Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you are done with your investigations.
So, where shall we go first?
Well, we should go immediately to the, start at the murder scene and work your way backwards. This is where they died. Okay, where were they right before they died? Okay, how did they get to there where they were before they died? That's my process, at least, from our forensic science perspective. I'm gonna grab some snack real quick. I don't know if these are stale or not, but they've just been sitting in my room forever, and I feel like I have definitely gone kind of stale. Definitely gone stale. Okay, that's a very sad waste of candy corn. I should have eaten those earlier. Wow. Got a snack at least, and also I should cover up my green screen again. You can't know my secrets. That like hurt to chew. Ah. Wowie, y'all. All right. Anyway. Oh, that was bad. That was like work. Dame Caroline said that she found Monsieur Greenway on the stairs by the fountain. So this must be the very spot where the murder took place. Oh, yeah, I should also give everybody a warning at the beginning of any of these narrative streams that although I list that I stream for a full 4 hours on this day, there is always the possibility that I end early based on the condition of my voice. Voice acting is rough. I'm constantly changing characters up. I'm trying new voices that end up being like a lot of work for me. And so sometimes, depending on the characters,
like that king's voice that I was just using was a bit extreme on my vocal cords.
So I'm not gonna end like right now. I'm just saying that if it ends up being too strenuous, I will end early. I take a break halfway in the stream anyway, so I usually gauge myself at that second hour how I feel. But otherwise, I will always stream the full 4 hours on any other gaming day. It's just on the days where I am working my voice muscles really hard, I have to be careful because this is where I make most of my money. Anyway.
Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing.
The crime scene investigation thing?
Yeah, you know, that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail.
You mean search for evidence?
Yeah, do that.
It's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their nose. In investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on an item of interest and Falcon would examine it in closer detail. When you have had enough, or when you can find nothing else to examine, click the X in the top right corner.
Okay, select an area to examine. I want this to go away. I want the whole area. Okay. Okay, fortunately, it's kind enough to, like, make bippy sounds when I get close to things to examine. All right, well, first thing you can see, fountain. Big old fountain. So,
this fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble.
Excuse me.
That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin.
It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon.
That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to take a closer look, just to be sure.
Yeah, I suppose we should.
Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I mean to say was, Sparrison, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin.
Me? No way! If you want to go wading, do it yourself.
I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around a fountain like a duck in a lake.
Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it.
Flip for it?
Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You'll call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So, what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles?
Tails never fails.
Plant squiggles? It's called a wreath, Sparrowson. Sure, I'll bet on the plant squiggles.
Here I go. It's heads. Should have gone with the old emperor, Falcon.
Ah, fine. Hold my shoes.
Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost.
I don't look happy anymore.
Ah, you're back. Had a good swim?
No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though.
What is this? It's brown and sticky, and it smells weird. Don't tell me that you picked up a...
Very wet cigar butt. Possibly belonging to Baron Rorgile. Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all.
I'll stash it in the evidence folder, just in case. Is there anything else we need to do here?
Yeah, you gotta look up the entire area. All the clicky bits, double check clicky bits if you need to. So we're gonna just work our way counterclockwise.
A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike.
Would you say it behooves you to stroke it?
No, I would not. Another beautifully made horse statue.
You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yep. Eventually, we realized that it was just filling up on horse devours.
Terrible.
Okay, boo.
A horse statue. This one has a goofy face.
That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar, and the barkeep says,
Why the long face? Yes, we've all heard that one.
What? No. The barkeep says, you've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the stable.
I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Baron Rorgile really likes his horse statues.
Yeah, I'm happy I'm playing this game too. It's very cute so far.
I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding.
Okay, I think that's everything. Let me just wiggle my mouse furiously over the screen just in case. If it's like an Ace Attorney, there it is. Got it, you've got to check.
Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Greenweed died.
Do you see any bloody footprints? Ooh, or maybe some scrawled in blood written with the frog's last breath?
Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle.
You voted for this one? Nice. Well, glad to be entertaining you with some bird law.
There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from this bloody mess is that Monsieur Greenweed was attacked and killed on the staircase.
Okay, once again, furious wiggling. Just gotta make sure you didn't accidentally miss anything. Okay, so this is all we're gonna get from the garden so far.
I think we're done here.
Good call. But are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time.
Don't push your luck.
All right, so let's, we were at the main hall when we first got there, so no, we went to the foyer. So let's check out the main hall where they ate. Oh, never mind.
Did you monsieurs have a good look around? I trust everything was in order.
Actually, we haven't seen the lounge where the photograph was taken yet. We should...
5-pin DMX has followed. Thank you very much for following. I really appreciate it. I hope I'm always entertaining for you. Don't forget to vote for what you would like to see me play next on the channel. We have several polls running right now. One for narrative games, survival games, and for the upcoming Pokemon survival game, we have some special rules.
We should probably go do that before we leave.
Okay, so to the lounge. Ooh, who do we have here? With that shirt, of course. Well, thank you. It feels really nice. It's nice. It fits all the right areas really well. I like tight-fitting clothes.
Second floor, third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken.
Psst. Hey, Falcon, do you see that?
Click.
See what?
That housemaid totally just did something shifty.
Shifty?
I think she just pocketed something from the drawer. You should totally call her out on it.
Excuse me, mademoiselle.
Yes? Are you two policemen?
I like how, like, her head is not on the screen. Like, giraffes, am I right?
No, we're private attorneys. My name's JJ Falcon.
And I'm Sparrowson.
Oh, how rude of me. My name's Colleen Duhat. What can I help you messieurs with today?
We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
That's fine. Let me just grab a chair.
That was cute.
That's better. What is it you wanted to ask? Pardon. Let's not start immediately with what she did. Let's circle back to it. Anyway.
We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room?
Oh, yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman was standing just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon.
And where was this camera pointed?
Right to the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location.
Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock.
I know. The painting on it totally clashes with the decor.
I was thinking along more obvious lines. The clock has no hands.
Oh, that clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rogile keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working.
It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make a note of it.
Yep. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Yeah, so anyway.
You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers?
Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess? No, I suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama of last week. It can be a little pushy, like, when it's not, first impressions, whatever, I can be a jerk. I gotta practice anyway, I gotta learn how to do these things, so.
Are you sure there isn't anything you're hiding?
It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts.
Right, and... Wait, what? No! That's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson.
Isn't it? Oh, what do we do then?
I'll tell you later.
Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask?
No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help.
Duke v. crime, hell yeah. Absolutely. All day, every day. It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you didn't give me the third degree about it, even though you did actually give me the third degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams and... Well, never mind, I'm rambling.
It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to worry about. Although I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps?
Ah! You knew about that? Yeah, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those. But, well... Yeah, I suppose I got into I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least. Okay, so she's stealing a lot from the house. Got it. I would appreciate if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I would hate to break his trust.
I see.
Well, then stop. I mean, like, yeah, heck the rich and all that, but, like, don't steal all the silverware. That's too suspicious. Steal some silverware and then move on to stealing something else. So, where to next, Big Bird? Well, that's the entirety of where we can look. I doubt they're gonna, like, have the first chapter's, like, mission require us to backtrack and see missing things or something.
Did you messieurs have a good look around? I trust everything was in order.
Oh my god, this guy. I need to leave this scene with him.
we had a good look. Thank you, Baron. But we actually have some questions for you. Fuck.
Please, ask away. I have nothing to hide.
Anyway, let's double track to the night of murder again.
Baron Roguile, I would like to ask about your activities on the night of the murder.
Oh, am I in trouble?
Well, for now, not at all.
No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture, you know?
I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived at... Oh,
Shit. Wait. Can I backtrack? Shit. Wait. Can I save and quit? Hang on. I'm gonna backtrack and see if I can reload that conversation. Shit. Oh god, do I have to do the entirety of that day again? Oh god, do I have to do the entirety of that? Well, I guess I can just Fury click through it all if that's the case. Hang on. Yep, okay, so we gotta do it again. All right, well, we can burn right through this. Sad, sick friend member, give a franc, feel real good about it. Times are tough. Very generous of me. We're moralizing. Anyway, we go inside. We meet the character that's gonna destroy my voice if we talk to him for too long. I love Sparrowson so far. No, we're attorneys. Sparrowson probably knows who the prosecuting attorney is. That's my assumption, at least. We learn about the photograph. We're gonna go to the garden.
We're gonna click and click and click and click and click some more. We're gonna talk about evidence collection, and then I'm gonna click the fountain, and we're gonna be like, "Well, no, wait, hang on a second. There might be something in here." Oh, wait, but we both don't like being in water because we're birds, apparently. Even though birds sit in water a lot. But so we'll flip a coin, but apparently it's a trick coin.
So I'm just out of curiosity, I'm gonna click heads this time because I clicked tails. And it's tails, yeah. Okay, so it is actually a trick coin.
Okay, we should learn how to respond to red coin. Flippity do.
I definitely have to give a character at some point that voice. I enjoy using it a lot. Found the cigar butt. Okay. Examine the murder. Get the puns in just in case it has something to do with something. You know, just click it all. Just burn through all of this clickery. Pun. Jokes and jokes. Horse jokes. Cherubs and horses and babies are scary. And that was the entirety of that place. So we go back to the lounge to scare the giraffe. Beep boop bop. Come on. We can do it. Clicky-do. Is that a human? That was like a human on the clock, right? I wonder if there's like some lore about us taking over humanity, because we are just in like everything looks very, I mean like clothing and everything is very, okay, so is this where the photograph was taken? Yes, it was by that clock. Well, let me look at that clock real quick. Well, gee willikers, ain't no dang hands on that clock, ain't that weird? And then she's like, that's a conversation piece or something maybe. And I'm like, you stealing? And she's like, yeah, kinda. And I pressure her a little bit. And then she's like, yes, we're not crimes. Well, we are crimes. I'm crimes. And then anyway, yeah, stealing the stuff. Ooh, push that a little bit. We should probably mark that. And we go back to the main hall. This time, I don't accidentally click ahead. Okay, we had a good look, but we actually have some questions for you. Please ask away. What happened on the night of murder?
Oh, am I in trouble?
For now, not at all.
Okay.
I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived at 5 o'clock, and we sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that.
I see.
Oh, excuse me.
Is there something else I can help you, messieurs, with?
Okay. Should we... Let's talk about the housemaid for a sec. I hope we get the option to tattle, because I don't actually want to. Like, heck the rich. Regardless of whether or not we're solving murders or whatever, we met your housemaid, Colleen DeHart.
Well, she's a courteous young lady, isn't she?
She's not thief. No.
Yes, she was more than willing to help us with our investigation.
I'm glad to hear it. Did you two want to ask of something else?
Yeah, no, I think actually we'll be good for now.
I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time.
It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs.
Oh my god, let's get away from this voice. Voice acting, am I right?
Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon?
I hope so.
Don't worry. If everything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just wing it.
Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest.
I hear the Larian cork or the Larian like logo every time. Okay, so we have one more day and one more location to go to. So we'll go to the Studio de Robinho.
So, this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock?
Wait, there's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Robitio de Robinho, is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit.
When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean?
I think it means that he is a pretentious bird brain, but in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now?
We should knock anyway.
All right, I don't see the harm. Nope, it doesn't look like he's in, Falcon.
We should do crime.
We should break in.
What? Are you serious?
Maybe?
Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I would have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism.
You're right, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over.
It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back, I'm barging the door down.
Sparrowson?
Wait, just like that? Shouldn't we discuss it first?
Ah! And we're in. What in bird Jesus' name was that? Bird Jesus.
You said you wanted to break in.
I thought we could just find an open window. I didn't think you would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, this music is a little too intense. Okay. Now that we're here, we ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very swanky? Oh, that was Sparrowson. I was gonna say ostentatious.
That's just swanky talk for swanky.
We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out.
Yeah, especially since we kind of blew it a little bit with that bursting the door down action. All right, real quick. Probably can't examine a lot, so let's examine that dark corner.
Hey, Falcon, look!
What? It's just an easel.
No, look what's on the easel.
Oh, it's the photograph.
Oh, wow! This must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder.
Which they said wasn't going to be ready until after the murder.
So let me just mentally note that.
There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Catiline, and I think that's Signor Pertois, Catiline's father.
So what shall we do? Do we just take this?
What shall we do? Should we take this? Like, we've already broken in. We could rob the place. But then we're gonna get in trouble when we bust it out in the middle of court. I think for now we should leave it.
No, that would be a big mistake. Every half-competent lawyer knows that stolen property can't be used as evidence. Still, we've learned some valuable information by seeing this photograph in person.
I suppose so. Is there anything else we need to do here?
Painting, picture. I don't know if I need to look at the picture. Let's look at this right here.
I see paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what the clear liquid in this bottle is.
I could taste test it.
You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not.
Okay, fine. Let's look at this picture.
This is a picture of a fence.
It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns.
I hope we're not on a timer or anything.
This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside.
You know, I once had an uncle who once fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty.
You know what I need to do? I need to go in the options and turn the music down so that I can turn this up. Because it's like... There we go. That's better. Like, I want y'all to hear it, but also it also still was blasting in my ear.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die?
No, he got demoted.
Ugh, terrible.
Falcon, I'm gonna fire this guy. Oh, wait, I couldn't click that one before, could I?
This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell.
That reminds me. How illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through a person's belongings?
Well, it's illegal, yes, but we're trying to solve a murder case, so it's forgivable.
Oh, so you're saying that a small act of evil is justifiable if it results in the greater good?
Don't put words in my beak.
I mean, yeah, though. I kinda actually do vibe with that. God, I can just click on all of these pictures, huh? Let me just real quick. Oh, chandelier.
A chandelier! You should get one of these for the office.
I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day.
Okay.
A lighthouse? No, wait. It's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways...
It's a black smudge, Falcon.
Pardon.
A butterfly. Or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white.
Pardon. I just have the worst burps. I do apologize. It's unavoidable, unfortunately, as my body is just deteriorating on the inside for various reasons. Well, I don't know the reasons, really. We're figuring that out.
This appears to be a photograph of a ladder. Symbolic of climbing towards success, perhaps?
It looks more like a stepladder to me.
Oh no, we're not getting into that old argument.
Okay, 3 more pictures.
I see a bourgeois tigress in profile. I see a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse. A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken from the Notre Dame Cathedral itself.
Okay, I think I am out of things to look at. Blah, 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 blah. You gotta just wiggle the mouse furiously over the screen. God, I want a cinnamon roll. Ah, I can't have bread, but I want a cinnamon roll so bad all of a sudden. A hankering. I am hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves.
Sounds good to me. Uh-oh.
Okay. I like the look already. I will get food. It will have to be after the stream, of course, because there's no access to food right here. Food is amazing. I am a big fan of food. In fact, I like putting it in my mouth, masticating it. I'm a big fan of ingestion. I'm a big fan of the digestive process and what it does to my body. Anyway. Okay, oh, this is Verbena. Okay. Okay, what's this voice? Oh, mon Dieu, what happened to my door? Maybe a little too much, but,
well, Monsieur Robinho, it's like this. You see, we are attorneys who have been hired for the purpose of...
Raven! A raven did it! We saw the whole thing!
What are you doing, Sparrowson? I've got this.
I'm not going to jail because your conscience is acting up.
Nobody's going to jail. Just take it easy.
Damn ravens! They're always after our shiny objects, am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast.
Right, let's go.
Nothing to see here, moving along.
Alright, well, I've gathered all I can. It is the day of, so I have to go to the palace. Can I go? Yeah, I would like to actually go back, if it doesn't take time, to talk to people. Can I do that?
What do you want?
I'm JJ Falcon, defense attorney for...
I know ya! I saw you come by earlier. But visiting hours are over. Come back next week.
Do you think you could make an exception for us?
Visiting hours are over. We'll be quick. I said visiting hours are over. Do your bird brains understand? Parlez-vous, Francois?
Ow. This is literally like my exercise day for voice acting. Just like getting my muscles beat up.
I don't think he's going to make an exception, Falcon.
You're right. Let's continue our investigation.
Understood.
To the Palace of Justice.
Wow, that one really hurt. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance.
Are you nervous, Falcon?
Oh, really? Oh, really? But I will leave it in enigmatic.
That bad, huh? Monsieur Falcon! Petite Sparrowson! Is there anything you need me to do?
No, we've got a handle on things.
Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful! I just know how you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas! Ah, I'll be waiting from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Look at this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful courtroom and these birds. Oh my god. He probably is aged, it looks. So,
All right. Settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here?
JJ Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Rupert
that wasn't even on purpose.
Rupert Rabbington present. The readiest prosecution, Your Honor. Darn it, that's only it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Ha, I knew it.
Knew what?
Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes.
Oh, was he smart?
No, he always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his two rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag.
That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest?
I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate.
Well, you self-incriminated, buddy, so...
Here it is! The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Are all the jury all present?
All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, the two birds with the funny hat are assesseurs, the associate judges.
The two birds with funny hats. Okay, so this one and this one? Because they look the same. And they got the little frillies here. So, okay, so these are associate judges. Interesting.
Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline Demiao. Prosecution, please call your witness to the stand.
Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerti, to the witness stand.
Inspector Volerti, please approach and stand and recite the oath.
Holy shit, this is gonna destroy me. Yep, I'm definitely not making the 4-hour limit. We are definitely gonna stop at the 2-hour mark.
As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your, name and occupation for the record.
My name is Inspector Just Volerti. I'm a servant through the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring in the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago.
Let's stick to the questions, Inspector.
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawfully goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering.
Wow.
Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case?
That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime.
Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival.
Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rawgile. At the scene of the crime, we found the Dame Cataline Demiao. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Greenway with his blood on her paws.
Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor.
Bloody paws? Nobody told me that detail.
Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony.
Of course, I know this. Oh, shit.
You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon.
Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Excuse me. Select a statement question. Alright. I should, practice a quick mute or something for when I have my fits. I do apologize. Anyway, so we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid. The scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline. That, I believe, is true just because of the flashback. She was standing over the sliced open corpse. He was sliced open. There was blood on her paws. I didn't hear anything about that. Or an emote. Little burpee emote. Ugh. Maybe. I have a handful of emotes, but they're all potato themed because potatoes are my favorite thing. But you know, I can always get a fit emote for later if I need sympathy emotes. All right, let's start off with the blood on her paws thing. That was very much not something I recalled. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws.
Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict.
Oh, how much blood was there? How much blood was there on the lady's paws, Inspector?
Enough for it to be clear that she had dirtied her hands on the victim's body. We noticed blood under the suspect's nails, around her fingertips, and even a little bit around her mouth.
Oh, I know why, though. I know why. Her mouth? How vile!
I do have another question about the blood on the Dame Cataline's paws. Yes. Whose blood was it? Because they didn't eat with silverware and they were ripping into a bloody rare steak. So whose blood was it?
Ah! What a question. It was Monsieur Greenway's, of course.
How can you be so sure?
Oh, I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Greenway. Judge! Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions.
I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Greenway?
I do. Okay, I gotta be able to at least make it to the 2-hour mark. This might break me.
I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than a suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder.
This is foolish. This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from?
This clock! No, this delicious, bloody rare steak.
On the evening of the murder, Dame Catiline ate a bloody rare steak.
Is this true, Monsieur Rabbington?
Well, in a matter of, speaking, I suppose a steak may have been on the menu.
Then Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility of the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well...
Wait, don't answer that, Inspector.
It is a possibility.
No!
Yes. I love this game already. I like Ace Attorney, but this has birds in it. And look at this hippo right here. They're very professional fellas. Well, I gain a little favor with the jury.
So, Inspector Valerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater?
Now hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Catiline is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she possibly have gotten blood on her paws with such good manners?
Oh, that's a good question. Or at least it would be an ordinary dinner banquet. It would be at an ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Catiline to eat with her paws. Dame Catiline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had previously been stolen.
Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report.
We weren't aware of anything missing from the Roy Island residence when we performed the initial investigation.
I need this witness to go away. Oh, I picked a bad voice for him. I have to commit to whatever voice I do and find comfortable ways to do them. This whole stream day is like a practice workout day for me. And I'm learning that 2 of the voices I've done today are killing me.
Well, as it happened, Baron Rogile approached us about his very subject last night.
Ah!
What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report?
That's my investigation. Judge, I assure you I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force.
Well, I can do it. I can get through the scene. Woo! I can get through the scene.
Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all.
Oh dear.
Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your own next. Do a little inspecting for your next case.
Fine. So be it. Messieurs, until next time.
Wow. Shit. Holy.
Okay, give me a different witness, please. Hit me with your best shot.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robitio Rubino, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder.
Monsieur Robitio Rubino, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, but to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Robitio Robinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tu es une pipe.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
You may have seen my works in hip magazines, Les Branchés, or Questionette. I can send you tweets if you like.
Boo.
What on earth is a tweet?
Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very, impressive, Monsieur Robinho. But let's get down to business. Could you tell us about your, activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rohrgeil to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rohrgeil and left. Like a true artist. With regards to photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you all could see for yourself. Oh, very good. Let us take a closer look.
This photo has been doctored.
My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Rohrgeil, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Signor Puertoir de Miao, the father of the defendant, Dame Caroline. And finally, we have the housemaid, Colleen de Hout, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Greenway. The second is the defendant, Dame Caroline de Miao. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree?
Just a moment, Monsieur Rabbington. This proves nothing. Though the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others, that doesn't mean they were in the garden together at that point.
Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet.
The prosecution may continue.
Behind the photograph, the subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Valerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Caroline herself. Falcon, something is fishy. In the jail cell, Dame Caroline told us that she was present when the photograph took place, but I don't see her in Robinho's photograph.
That's true, but I can't use Dame Caroline's testimony as evidence. It has too little weight. If I want to prove that Monsieur Robinho's photograph is not a valid piece of evidence, I will have to dish out evidence of my own. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well. The defense may proceed.
It's a waste of time, if you ask me. Photographers are rock-solid evidence. Photographs are rock-solid evidence.
Select a statement to question. All right. First off, 7 p.m. set up the camera. He specifically wanted the clock in the photograph, I realize. Okay, well anyway, let's talk about this photograph. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. I see a mistake in this photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinho, photographs are a different reflection of reality, are they not?
That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies.
That is most curious, because I see a mistake.
A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, monsieur, the camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any, mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific?
Certainly.
Click on the area of the photograph you believe contains a mistake. Select an area. So we have two, actually, spots that I see. First off, the clock.
The clock in this photograph, there is something not right about it.
Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates the client.
Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabbington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture.
I do.
The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6.
That much is self-evident.
Which is most curious, because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Criniere has no hands.
It has no hands?
The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rogile or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy?
I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless.
There's no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world.
Maybe there was an error in the printing process.
An error precisely where the clock's hand should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph.
Edited?
Excuse me. I'm no expert, but I suspect that you use paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simply simplify the editing process.
Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing?
Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence! Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho.
Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all.
You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Greenway?
What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. And yes, that included adding hands to the clock.
You were ordered? By whom?
I dare not say.
Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all.
With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws. Did you hear that, Falcon?
That is most unfortunate.
Oh my god, I just noticed the hands again. The fact that they have human hands is a bit freaky.
Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged in perjury in due course.
I can't protest. That's the least I deserve from my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs.
I am done. I gain a little favor with the jury, though.
So the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Caterline as absent to the time of the murder. That's significant.
Don't be dense, Monsieur Remington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence.
Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events.
Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It's possible that Dame Caterline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for.
So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer, or was it Signor Pertois de Mar himself?
I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Signor Pertois to implicate his own daughter.
Well, certainly you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Roguile deliberately tried to defame Dame Caterline. Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of the community. He would never do such a thing.
Monsieur Remington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However...
Oh, Royal guy, I've met him.
Fuck. Here we go.
Mayhaps I should offer my opinion.
But Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet.
So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation being tarnished by your incompetence.
Incompetence?
Indeed. Let us proceed with the witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objections.
No objections here.
Fantastic! Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc.
Woo-wee! Killicers.
Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening.
Okay, Baron Roguile, on the night of the
initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Greenway left to visit the garden. Dame Caterline followed behind him moments later. Signor Pertois, Monsieur Robinho, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. No mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Greenway and Dame Caterline. That would have been when I heard her cry for help.
Thank you, Baron. We all know the story from here, there, everywhere.
I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Do you doubt my integrity, Garçon?
I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron.
Very well then. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Let us establish with an absolute certainty that I, Baron Roguile, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination.
All right, statement of question time. All right. The dinner went magnificently. We know that. He said that last time we spoke to him. Monsieur Greenway left to visit the garden. Is that what he said last time? Just after the photographer left? Hang on. Let me look at some notes. Okay, so here's the dead guy. Here's a kitty. Not really much info going on here. Okay. Damn. Let's check my evidence here. Banquet, we had food. Cigar. Someone tall might have been smoking. Oh my god, was the draft smoking a cigar and then she killed the dude? Anyway, I don't think that's gonna work for right now. Something is here to push. Did Monsieur Greenway leave to finish the garden? Did the dinner go magnificently? They did have to eat with their fingers. What's in the garden? What is there to question here? Does anyone have any inklings? I don't know what to pick. It was a dinner that it went magnificently, which I feel like is a lie in its own tense just because of the fact that they had to use their hands. So I could push that a little. Was it Monsieur Greenway who left to... I should take, like, actual notes when I do detective stuff. Okay, excuse me. Let's start with... Oh my god, I really just don't know what to push. I'm gonna push the dinner.
Baron Rogile, I would like to ask you about the dinner you served that evening.
Very well, ask away.
Let's talk about the cutlery.
Earlier today, we established that silverware was stolen from your residence prior to the banquet.
Indeed, I am aware of whom the culprit is, but I have decided not to press charges.
It's curious, then, that you decided to serve steak. It isn't what one would describe as finger food, after all.
I don't know about that, Falcon. With the right attitude, all food can be finger food.
There is nothing curious about it. Signor Pertois and Dame Catiline are vocal lovers of rare steak. I was merely suiting their needs.
I don't know, I feel like if I were to be suiting someone's needs, I wouldn't be forcing them to eat something bloody and goopy with their hands. I would have given them, like, ribs at least. Anyway,
Besides, what other choice did the Baron have, Falcon? Serve vegetable broth like a common peasant?
Do be quiet, prosecutor. You sound ridiculous.
to be fair, you sound ridiculous. That's just the voice I gave him.
Sorry, Baron.
Do I have another question about the dinner? The red herring. There doesn't seem to be anything suspicious about the red herring, and pushing things that'll upset... Pushing things too hard... I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna talk about Monsieur Greenway a little.
Baron Rolgile, I have some questions about Monsieur Greenway.
You know what I just realized? I never actually looked at my manager to make sure I was streaming okay. I should have done that. My bitrate is pretty bad, it looks like. 44, okay. How's my frame doing? I haven't been dropping a lot of frames, so I'm gonna drop the bitrate by 500 next stream. Anyway,
I have some questions about Monsieur Greenway.
God rest his soul. Bird God rest his soul.
Anyway. What is Mr. Greenway's relationship to everyone?
What was your relation to Monsieur Greenway prior to his demise?
We were business partners. Monsieur Greenway.
Fuck. Alright, y'all, I'm trying to, but this is one of the two voices that has been destroying me, so.
Signor Pertois, Meow, and myself are all owned a third share in an up-and-coming railway company.
Excuse the crassness of the question, but that means that you and Signor Pertois now own half of the company each, correct?
Correct. I suppose that's a slight glimmer of benefit that arose from this foul situation. But, Monsieur, you must understand that Monsieur Greenway and I were friends as much as we were business associates. I mourn that man's passing.
Of course. Do I have another question about Mr. Greenwee? Yes. Why did he go to the garden? Why did Monsieur Greenwee leave to visit the garden?
I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear.
Oh, I see. But that is quite coincidental timing, isn't it?
How so?
Well, Monsieur Greenwee felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness. Hold on, Franklin. Surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Greenwee's food was poisoned in some way? I'm not, because no one else got sick. Not. No, there is nothing to indicate poisoning. I just found the timing somewhat puzzling.
There's nothing puzzling about it. Monsieur Greenwee has always had a soft stomach. It's really no surprise that he couldn't keep down the good rare steak.
Damn it. All right, Mr. Greenwee, let us know where. There's something in here, right? Was it the garden? Wait a minute. He's smoking a cigar right now. Okay. Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves. When was the last time he's visited it? Baron Rorgile, when was the last time you ventured in your own garden?
As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years.
I keep sliding out into the security guard's voice. Years, you say?
Indeed.
That's not right.
Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny.
Oh, and why is that?
Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently.
Balderdash! My word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden.
Boop. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. Cigar butt? That could belong to anybody, and...
Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself.
Oh, okay, sorry, Baron.
That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars. But I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question.
Going down.
You see, prior to the banquet, I hasn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin.
You see, Falcon, why would you drop it in the upper basin? You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience and a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden.
There are any number of possible explanations.
Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is, that you, Baron Rorgile, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities.
Did I now? And what illicit activities would that be?
You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything... Oh, you want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. That's why I should have given him my own voice. You, Baron Rorgile, murdered Monsieur Greenwee. That is what you were trying to keep hidden.
Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen!
Wow, this is kicking my butt. Okay, after Baron Rorgile, I think that's our ending point.
We're getting to 2 hours, but I'm not gonna make it.
That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motives, or opportunity.
No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rorgile as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rubinho confessed just a moment ago that he feared his claws.
Ridiculous! I would never threaten a man with violence.
You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2.
This is preposterous!
And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then, he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock made for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said.
Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something! Object!
I am...
Oh, you're pitifully useless.
After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that everything at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Pertois de Miao, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Caroline was the first to happen upon the crime scene. So, the Baron improvised.
This is an outrage! Justice! I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic!
No! There is only one outrage here. That a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. That's literally what all the wealth do, but okay. You're a bourgeois. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind.
How dare you, garçon! The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself to something so heinous! I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist.
No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. Okay. This is beating me up.
You incredulous whelp! I ought to cut you right here, right now, like a damn frog! Could someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, Your Honor! Let's go, old man! To the concierge with you!
Don't touch me, you filthy jackadaw! I can walk myself. Humph. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add?
Well, in a manner of some speaking, well, to be honest, no.
Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time.
Falcon, that was pretty incredible.
Thank you. I just hope it was enough.
What do you mean? You just proved Caroline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure.
Sparrowson, I think you misunderstood something important about the justice system. And that is, it is an incredibly flawed system.
What's that?
I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Catterline's innocence. All I've done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty.
I'm not sure I understand the difference.
We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline de Meow, to be not guilty.
Woo! Not guilty! Not guilty! We did it! We solved our first crime! Monsieur Falcon! Petite Sparrowson, you did it!
Bits! Oh, thank you so much for the bits. I really appreciate it. Just in time, too, to celebrate the success of our first bird law crime thing. Excuse me.
Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we?
We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly.
Let's celebrate before anything.
You did it, Falcon!
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get one bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
It was nothing.
I very much like the way that you pinned the murder on the Baron.
What?
That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. All right, I'll spell it out for you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I might have...
I murdered Monsieur Greenwee. I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand?
Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogile's cigar butt hidden in the garden.
Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest.
Yeah.
But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho's photograph was edited. It was as edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Greenwee in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinho to paint me over Baron Rogile, and to add hands to the clock. Oh my god, so if I stole it, I would have set her up for innocence even better. Ooh. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering the photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. Fuck. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, how much was that? $30 of dirty money. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petite Sparrowson. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon?
End of Act 1. Your game has been saved. Do you wish to continue? No. I technically totally do. And normally, I totally would. But 2 of the voices I did today beat the crap out of me. Oh my god, like I hurt bad. I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk tomorrow. That's gonna be rough. Well, I'm gonna end early so that I will have a voice for tomorrow's stream. So, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for hanging out with me during Aviary Attorney. This has been super fun. We will continue to, not tomorrow, we will continue Aviary Attorney next week, 6 o'clock. Don't forget to vote for what you would like to see after Aviary Attorney by opening up Twitch Picks and voting on the polls. There are a total of 3 polls available, actually. 1 for today's game, 1 for tomorrow's game, and 1 other for tomorrow's game. Because next stream is tomorrow at 6 p.m. We will be playing Pokemon Nuzlocke Gauntlet, which means, excuse me, I will be playing the Pokemon Nuzlocke Challenge on every single Pokemon game in chronological order. Well, not every single Pokemon game. I'll be playing 1 game of each generation. So, starting with tomorrow, you all voted that I would play Leaf Green. So we will be playing that with the vanilla Nuzlocke rules, and every subsequent game after that, y'all vote in an additional rule to make it a little bit more challenging or a little bit more of a twist. So not only do I need you to vote on the next game I play if I fail Pokemon, but if I succeed at Pokemon, I need to know what the additional rule is for the next one. So, make your votes count. I would love to see what you have. I will also be streaming Saturdays at noon always now. Sometimes it'll just be some casual Star Citizen nonsense. Sometimes there'll be a roleplay event, but most likely it'll always be Star Citizen. Other than that, I stream at Open for Adventures Twitch channel. On Wednesdays, we just had our session 1 for the Legend of the Lazuku, where I play Conley. I am a character from a very far place. That is not the voice, actually. That was very French. Anyway, my voice hurts. I need to go. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the bits, Cyborg. Like, goddamn. That's so many. That was great. I appreciate it. Anyway, I'll see y'all.